Good morning. I'm Healing Wolf. This is my sunrise sermon. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose together, filling our lungs. Then we're going to exhale slowly through the mouth. There's a hurricane in the Atlantic called Melissa. And I have a somatic meditation that's related to hurricanes. And I read a headline this morning about the fact that they're finding birds. They say they're trapped in the eye of the hurricane. And I'm going to say that that's wrong, that they're not trapped, that they're wise, that they're clever, that they know what they're doing. And my somatic meditation, which I've provided to clients via video or working with them one-on-one, has the visualization of us being those birds in the eye of the hurricane. What does that mean on a recovery journey from chronic pain? It means that we're in a hurricane in our lives, whether we're dealing with devastating grief, or we're dealing with debilitating chronic pain, or we're dealing with catastrophic panic attacks. We're dealing with sensations that are creating emotions and mind states that are moving us into a state of deeper protection. So when it comes to these huge storms that we're weathering, wouldn't it be wonderful if we found the eye of the hurricane, and finding that eye together, we can fly in the eye, flying forward, moving forward with the storm, but safe, protected, calm. And so my mission is to become the eye of the storm for you, for my clients, to become a peaceful, safe place and presence where you can take your breath, gain some stability of mind by just listening to my voice and knowing that it's possible for you and probable for you to move beyond this storm. And while you're in the storm, you're going to find that calm. So in my somatic meditation, you're closing your eyes, you're slowing your breathing down, you're using a number of verbal and physical cues to let your unconscious mind know that you're actually in the eye of the storm. You're in the calmest place you can be while riding out the storm, while moving forward with the storm. And that's another part of this journey. The eye of the hurricane is where the birds know that they can move forward with the storm as the storm burns itself out, as it blows itself out and ends. So stay in the eye of the hurricane, friends. Stay in that eye. If you can stay in the eye, you can recover even if your sensations are blowing at a hurricane strength. And I know what it's like to have chronic pain be so intense that my mind can barely comprehend the levels of pain. Some physicians in this field will say that good evidence that you have chronic pain is if the pain is worse than anything you've ever felt when you've had a physical injury like a broken bone. Some will say that it's equivalent, and research has shown, I believe McGill University had some research that showed that chronic pain creates sensations that are more intense than amputation, more intense than childbirth. And when I was in the thick of my storm, it was that way. It was so intense, and it was around the clock. It was from the moment I woke up to when I slept, and even during sleep I would wake up and the sensations were so intense that I had to really work with them to get back to sleep. So as we move forward on our journey, let's stay in the eye of the hurricane. How do we stay in the eye of the hurricane? We keep our mind calm. And we can keep it calm sometimes by allowing the winds to blow, by allowing ourselves to freak out, by allowing ourselves to cry Let those little storms burn themselves out as they come and go. We feel them. Some coaches will recommend, oh, don't cry. Don't let the sensations make you freak out. Don't let the sensations create these negative mind states. And I say allow it all. Allow those sensations to come up, because that's what worked for me. I allowed myself to spiral into those storms of weeping on my knees in the yard, or screaming until it became laughter, or really, really feeling those intense sensations of pain, which for me were showing up in different parts of my body, even as I knew that my mind was creating them, that my hypersensitized nervous system was creating them. So allowing yourself to be in a storm, but giving yourself the grace of staying in the eye. So there's a bit of pacing there too. The bird can't push past this calm and try to push too hard right back into the storm. And so on your journey, there's a bit of pacing. There can be pacing where you might go out for a run or a walk or a swim or a workout, but you don't push all the way back into the storm. You're building your strength. You're still flying. You're flapping your wings, but you might choose to just work out for half an hour. You might choose to take some breaks in there and ground yourself. You might choose to close your eyes and take a breath. Even as I work out lately, sometimes if I'm squatting and I realize that these squats are really challenging my body and my mind, I'll stop and breathe, focus on my music. Music is a big part of that process of building a powerful mind. And I'll just take a few moments to come back to center, to ground, and that's fine. And so in the eye of the storm, in the eye of the hurricane, we are intentionally keeping ourselves in the eye. We know there's a storm, but we are not the storm. And we know that the storm is passing, that it's moving through. And we know that because we're in a calm space. And we create that calm by doing somatic meditations or meeting with a coach. I'm a professional mind-body coach, trained in rapid resolution therapy, Vipassana meditation, and other modalities. And I've got experience. So if you want to work with me one-on-one, head to healingwolfcoaching.com. And also sign up for my mailing list, where you're going to get a free somatic meditation called The Rose Teaches the Thorns How to Pray. It's not my hurricane meditation, but very similar, designed to keep you in the eye of the hurricane. Meditation is powerful to keep you in the eye of the hurricane. Breath work, joy, laughter yoga, visualization. As long as the visualization is moving you towards exactly where you want to go, because it's easy to visualize and allow your visions to roll right back into the storm. But no, we're going to keep our vision on a future that we want, and we're going to get there, move forward there together. So the article I read was wrong. The birds were not trapped in the eye of the hurricane, of Hurricane Melissa. The birds were in the eye because they knew that's how they could ride it out. They're wiser than the journalists. So you be wiser than the journalists. Cultivate that eye, expand that eye on your recovery. Keep growing that eye, and pretty soon you're living in the eye. You're mostly calm. We are on a planet in bodies, and it's a tempestuous time. So expect in life that storms will come, whether they're storms of circumstance or actual weather storms, storms of political stuff, storms of personal stuff, storms of actual medical stuff. These storms come. This is our nature. As the Buddha said, that it is in our nature to fall ill. It is in our nature to experience suffering. and his goal was to create the end of suffering. How do you create the end of suffering? You stay in the eye. You become enlightened, which is like staying in the eye. You're the witness of it all. You can watch the storm, but you're not identified with the storm. I'd love it for you to drop me a comment and let me know how this metaphor, how this observation of birds in the eye of the hurricane will propel your recovery, will encourage you and give you strength. So let me know how you're going to use this beautiful observation of how birds survive the worst hurricane this year, how birds are able to get in there and move forward. And you're going to get in there and move forward. I love you, wild birds of the storm. That's who you are. I'm sending you my love, my strength, and my encouragement. Stay in the eye, and pretty soon you'll be on the other side, back in the sun and in the sun mind. And one more thing, if you are on Facebook, join the Healing Den. It's been growing. We've got a number of people there. I put short daily videos there usually, but maybe I'll start posting some of these as well. And it's a safe space where we can come together, share ideas of recovery, stories like this one, and help each other with community, with loving community of people who understand what you're actually going through. Most of the world will not. I shouldn't say most of the world, because there are hundreds of millions of people with chronic pain, but a lot of people won't get it, and people in the Healing Den will get it. So look for the Healing Den, and you can friend me on Facebook, send me a message, and I'll make sure you get in there. Have a magnificent day. Make it magic. Stay in the eye of the hurricane.